Jonathan here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life. gbhblofficial for short, and it's Christmas horror movie review time. We're looking at a holiday horror with a concept that turns out to be better than the actual film, unfortunately. It is The Killing Tree, originally titled Demonic Christmas Tree, which comes from writer Craig McLeary and director Reese Frake Waterfield. It stars Marcus Massey as a serial killer named Clayton Slater, who along with his wife Magna, played by Gillian Broderick, they went on a murder spree during the holiday season, believing that people had forgotten the true meaning of Christmas. The couple murdered family after family, but were eventually caught when one young woman survived their spree. This is Faith, played by Sarah Alexandria Marks, and her testimonial saw Clayton executed for his crimes, whereas Magna seemingly getting away with it because Faith never actually saw her in the crime scene. Cut to a few years later, Magna has found a way to resurrect Clayton using a magical grimoire, as you do. However, it doesn't quite work as planned. His soul is resurrected but put inside a Christmas tree. Something he is quite unhappy about, so he kills Magna. She's out of this movie. Before he decides to set off and get his revenge on who? Faith, of course. She just happens to be throwing a farewell Christmas bash as she tries to move on from the events that scarred her all those years before. There you go. That's your setup. It's simple.
My dear, we cannot rest until our work is complete. That one will pay for what she did to you.
Because this is your Christmas party, how about we get you a drink? And then the real party can start.
Tonight, I bring you back.
Nothing can stop me.
Taking some of its cues from the wonderful horror short Treevenge, and more of its cues from the cult classic Jack Frost, the horror movie one, The Killing Tree has some fun, tongue-in-cheek elements, but bafflingly throws in a ton of dry and uninteresting drama that just drags the movie down.
What do we do now?
On the one hand, it's telling you not to take it seriously, which is really easy to do when you're seeing a Christmas tree slash and slaughter its way through a party full of characters. On the other, it really wants you to care about the characters' domestic issues and the difficulties they face in their relationships. It is these serious aspects of the movie that seem to dominate too, and it really slows it down. They're not interesting. They add little weight to basic characters and often feel extremely out of place. Boring is an understatement when it comes to describing the Killing Tree's serious side. It's not necessarily the fault of the cast though, who all do a serviceable job. So how about its not so serious side? It comes and goes, and it all seems to be based around the effects. We're all here for the gore. We're all here for the killer Christmas tree rampage. The question is, does it satisfy? Unfortunately, an over-reliance on CGI stops it living up to expectations, even if there is plenty of imagination when it comes to kills. Strangely, it is at its most entertaining when it's clearly a person in a tree suit shuffling around. The rest of the time, the CGI does not look good, and almost all the gore is effects-laden too. Nowhere else does the poor effects stand out than with the extremely cartoonish final battle, a section of the movie that sees the nonsense of the story reach flabbergastingly incredible heights. Overall, as much as there is stuff to enjoy in The Killing Tree, it is a movie that promises a lot more than it actually delivers. Its uneven storytelling, slow moments, and lack of impressive visual effects make it a missed opportunity. This could have been a modern-day Jack Frost, but instead, even that decades-old movie is overall more enjoyable than this. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch. from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?